Hello. Welcome to Deaf Woke. Today is February 12th, 2021. I can't believe it. We are moving forward. We've had a lot of changes happen. And so we are very excited to show Deaf Woke and to be able to just relay information that is pertinent to the community. Maybe there's some things that you aren't aware that have happened, such as things that are happening with the president, the vice president. There's now an official name sign for the vice president. There was a group of female leaders worldwide who came together to discuss and establish the official name sign for Kamala Harris. So I'm going to show you a little clip. Check it out. The name sign for Kamala Harris is Kamala. I'm going to explain briefly the reason that we chose this as the name sign. Rather than fingerspelling her name over and over, we've decided to establish an official name sign. And the reason that we chose this is because of the lotus flower. The lotus flower and the significance of that to Kamala Harris's life. The flower is rooted deep within the soil, and it blossoms above the soil in a beautiful flower. Now, we wanted to choose this sign because Kamala Harris herself shows strength, beauty, and the reason that it is the trifecta is because she is the first female Black and Indian vice president that we have had. Kamala Harris, the trifecta. Wow, Kamala Harris. Wow. So I didn't want to just talk about my name. I wanted to introduce the vice president first. So now that we have done so and paid honor to her and honor to the women who led this group in establishing this name sign of both Black and Indian women. So now that we have paid our homage, I'm happy to introduce myself. My name is Antoine Hunter, also known as PurpleFireCrow. And in this show, we talk about what's happening in the community. We learn from each other. Because most of the time, we as members of the deaf community are so spaced out and sparse that we miss what's happening in the community. We don't know what's happening over here or over there. And so this is a method to bring us all together.
It's nice to have you here. If you put something in the chat, I'm going to be able to.
And so now we are going to introduce Wawa from the DC area. He has been made viral worldwide for his hip hop through deaf eyes. He's a rap artist.
Hi, Eddie.
He's an actor.
Looking forward to talking
He's a dancer.
Everyone who's purchased a
And
virtual
he brings
to join us
people together
for discussion.
to
So
love each other.
hi, Carol. It's nice to see you too. Good morning.
So for over 15 years, he has been working on his profession, practicing his art.
Visiting with us today. We have had very little.
He works with the deaf community and the hearing community,
on stage,
mixing it all up together.
If other people want to chime in to let me know who's tuning in, that would be great. This is one of those mornings. It's kind of nice. You don't
It creates a space for deaf people to express themselves through the art world and through music.
At home with your cup of coffee instead of getting in your car.
It is such an honor to have him here to discuss his hip hop, to discuss his hip hop through deaf eyes.
How is everybody doing this morning? Hopefully you're done with your shoveling out there.
He was recently shown on the Super Bowl.
Very, very slippery here.
He had an amazing performance. I'm sure many of you saw it on television this past Sunday.
Get in the car and come here.
So I'm going to go ahead and show a clip of that really briefly.
This is my co-anchor here.
Blackbird, another group? So soon?
Look, I had to. Is there a problem?
Besides soldiers looking for them who are liable to shoot us or lock us up? Look, isn't it enough? You already killed a dozen Purdy, including my
We
mother.
saved Purdy's lives, including your babies.
Yeah, and I still have babies. They don't need this trouble.
Well, I made a deal with your father, okay? Like I was saying, please make sure you are hydrated. We have to talk?
Our business is limited with Freeland's quarantine, so giving away all of this food.
Whoa, 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 I paid for this food. Look, you took the money. There's more where that came from, but you are not backing out. Do you hear me?
You are a guest here. You don't tell us how to do this.
I will tear this place down and you know I can. Am I threatening you? Hell yeah.
We leave at sundown.
That wasn't so bad, was it? And you have a bunch of temporary farm hands. No, you don't have a choice. I'm sorry, Terry, but it is what it is.
Maybe we can work something out. Just know we'll never trust you again.
Yeah, I know you gotta keep your promises.
Thank you, interpreters Kaylee and Jay. That was from the show Black Lightning. I can't wait to talk about that as well. So let me bring to the stage, come on in the house, Warren, Snipe, Wawa. What's up, brother?
What's up, beautiful people? I'm happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
I'm blessed to have you here. How are you?
I'm great. I'm busy, but I'm grateful. I can't complain.
Where are you in the world right now? I know you've been traveling. Where are you today?
I'm home in Virginia.
Okay, safe at home. Okay. I know that you typically were traveling to parts of Africa and different countries.
Yeah, I'm all over the world, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, you know, Wawa, this is your name sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I using that correctly?
Yep.
I'm curious about your experience, growing up. your hometown in Virginia? You were born in Virginia?
No, that's where I live in Virginia, but I grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm a Philly boy. Philly boy. 215 to the 512. So the area codes, yeah.
Oh, Philadelphia. Okay, okay. So you grew up there. And what was your school experience like? Did you go to a deaf school? What was your childhood like?
It was a bit odd. Yeah, I didn't really have much knowledge of deaf culture. I didn't learn sign until I got into college. But the irony is that when I was in elementary school, there were a few deaf kids there, but I was never allowed to socialize with them. The strange aspect of it is that they didn't sign as well. I seemed to, kind of function well. I was really sure about, the functioning aspect of growing up until, I didn't have any sign language until I got to college. So I knew nothing about sign, didn't know anything about deaf culture. But when I got into college, I recognized people who grew up with me. I said, whoa, 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 you're deaf? They're like, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you were deaf. But they knew, they knew that I was deaf because of the hearing aids. And so I was just blown away. The fact that it was a small world. So everything really started in college. So all my journey was worth it.
Wow.
Yeah, I am the only deaf person in my family. And I didn't know that I had deaf family members later. So that was something new that happened. I didn't know that there was a deaf residential school, until I got to college. I was like, wait, there's deaf schools? I was like, what, where? I said, PSD. And I was like, what? It's right near my mom's home. I know it's sad. I know it's unfortunate. And it was crazy because when, I always thought it was a library. So when I was going to my school, I'd pass it. So, I just thought it was a library. There were books in the window. And so I just assumed it was a library. I didn't see any people. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I remember growing up and there was deaf kids around but this was, quite a while back before,
Right.
the Wi-Fi internet days where it was easy to connect. And so going in and feeling nervous, wondering, am I going to be welcome? Having to learn sign.
Do you mean when I started college?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I was excited because I found people like me, deaf, hard of hearing. I was, I recognized that there were people out there. I was accepted to several universities, but I was so drawn to people like me. So that's where I went, Gallaudet University.
Golly, okay.
So I went to a program at NSP, New Signing Program. So it was about a 3-week program before it was kind of like an orientation into college. It was like a crash course a crash course to sign language. So we did A, B, C, D, E. A was for individuals who had no sense of sign language. And then the different levels, so like C's had individuals who had some level of sign, PSC. So I started at A, and within 3 weeks, I went from A to D. because I was craving communication. You know, and I was growing up always wondering, you know, being the last person to know. You know, somebody would tell me, you know, oh, don't worry, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. You know, that was just, it just never sat well with me. So it was something I grew up using it, and, you know, I just kind of got used to it until I got into college, and I found a place that I wasn't the last person to know. And I was just blown away. So yeah, I'm definitely grateful.
Yeah, looking back at my own experience going into Gallaudet, it was like an ocean, an ocean of language, and you know, you just got to surf your way through it. You just got to learn and absorb it all. But you know, you really, it's like you connect to that ocean and to the waves and to the movement, you know.
You know, it's like belonging there. That's what it felt like for me.
Did you feel that sense of belonging when you started to sign? I mean, you said within 3 days you worked your way through some of those levels. You know, did you feel just more empowered, like you could express yourself?
Yeah, confident. More? Yeah, I felt more confident. It felt empowered. You know, the most important thing I felt is that I didn't need to depend on other people to help me. I could depend on myself. You know, that was, you know, I guess you could say freedom from depending on others. Yeah, so.
Wow. Now, I mean, now you're in a whole new world, in the world of art, and you are involved in so many things, trying to track what you do. You're an actor. You are a hip hop artist. You're a dancer. Do you paint as well?
No.
No, not a painter.
I am the worst. Maybe stick figure people that may, but that's about it.
Do you label yourself as an artist first, or as your Wawa identity?
First, creative. I'm a creator. And that's what we call art. You know, art is general. You know, there are some talents in different specifications, but me as a painter, that is not my forte. Sorry.
Okay, well, you're an actor, you're a dancer, you're a hip hop artist, you know, so you would call yourself absolutely a creator. You're all in one, master of many trades.
You know, I can't sit in one place. I can't just call myself an actor, a musician, a dancer, a choreographer, director. You know, I'm fluid. I like to maintain my creativity process. Can't stop with, you know, if I focus on one, sure, you know, and then I'll go back. You know, an idea I may be inspired by something, so I got to keep on going.
People know you as, you know, Wawa, but you train. You went to school. You dance. You act. You really did train to develop these skills.
A lot of training, yes.
How did you develop those skills? How did you train?
Really, I love growing up with martial arts.
Okay, martial, yeah.
Ooh, that is, you know, that's, you know, I grew up from 5 to, I mean, maybe even still now. You know, I still train martial arts. I might get back to it, but martial arts, it's a full body workout. It's a mind, spirit, physical, that movement. It's like, quote unquote, my second skin. It's like it's part of life. It's part of who I am. It's an extension of me. If I leave it, I know only for a short time, but it's always there. It's always calling me to come on back. And that's the same that I apply to acting. You apply that to dance, apply that to writing, rapping. It's becoming part of my life. It's something I can't live without.
What kind of martial arts did you do again?
Third black belt.
I wish I could see that Kung Fu and Wushu. That must require so much training.
Yeah, it requires a whole lot of training.
And it's similar with, ballet. That is a full body workout. And that you'll feel the burn all the way up your limbs. And dance, and that requires a lot of movement. So it's very similar.
Yeah. It's a lot of, what's happened is just made me a well-rounded individual.
Yeah. It's so important not to put limits on yourself. You are involved in so many things, getting little tastes of different crafts, different creative outlets.
Exactly.
And people tend to, put so many limitations on deaf individuals, and you are completely breaking those barriers. You are moving forward. You are involved in so many different things.
Yeah, yep.
And your creation of dip hop as well. This is a sign for dip hop.
Mm-hmm. Dip hop. This is the sign for dip hop. It means hip hop. This is the sign that was created for hip hop. I have no idea why. But dip hop means hip hop through deaf eyes. I'm trying to make a new genre. Help giving, give up music to deaf people, a place. Dip hop itself is exposing the world to deaf culture within the music. The sign and the music fusing. We talk about deaf culture and hearing culture. There's parallels, there's contrast. But the view, what we see is all the same. It's like the coin. There's always two sides to the coin,
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same coin. So I want to welcome a place, something where deaf people and hearing people can come together. And I am 100% deaf world, but for our hearing counterparts, come on and meet me halfway and come on in. If if deaf people or hearing people want to learn about the culture, it's a place that we can come and meet halfway. So that's what's important.
Absolutely. I love that about your work. It's original. It's inspiring, uplifting. Other, creators create many things, but yours is accessible. You bring that to light and merge those worlds. Your music, you made that your own. And that is the part that's really, really inspiring. You make your own albums. What is the name of your recent album?
Yeah, my new album's called Wall Hamilton. You know, the musical that's, you know, everyone knows is quite famous, the Hamilton. What's interesting, I didn't watch it at that time. My son, it was like, Dad, you gotta watch Hamilton. And so he gave me the explanation. He described it. My brother from another mother, DJ Nakara, he was like, have you watched Hamilton? I said, no. So you know, he educated me. So then, you know, they encouraged me to watch it, and I watched it, and I loved it. I love everything about the play. And I was a little skeptical at first, but there's elements of the history, the way that they brought it to life with the musical and incorporation of rap. So I was like, wow. So I thought, perfect. So it was like, Wall Hamilton is my new album. You know, the history of deaf culture, Black deaf culture as well. You know, my pride as a deaf Black man, my love for my family, love for my God, the love. You know, I want to inspire people. You know, this year, Black History Month, but we got Black Deaf History Month, yeah? I got a song called Black Deaf in America. And that song explains, it's about 34 prominent Black deaf members who both contributed to the deaf and world community that had an impact. You know, our history books, you know, kind of record. And so I wanted to have some sort of recording of I wanted to show our deaf Black representatives.
Right, because where are they?
So,
yeah.
You know, that music. You know, I'm not really, you know, a documentary, you know, not so much about reading books, but music.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can educate our hearing community, I can educate Black community. And so I want to go and bring them on in, baby. Come on, that dip hop. I had one person, they bought the album, they heard the music. They found themselves researching all of the names within the album. They were like, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Oh, gee. Wow, where was I? Oh. And that was a Black history professor. So that says a lot.
It does.
So it's about exposing. There's just 34 names. That's not enough. We got so many brothers and sisters that have impacted our world. So I'm going to make another one, another song with more names. You know, I've been influenced by young, old, whether people have gone or still alive. But it's those individuals who have really impacted me. So that's what I want to encourage people. Yes, to go get the album. Let's support Black deaf artists. And support deaf music. There's not that many. So your support would be great.
I agree with you. I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You'll see there's some comments that are popping up from the audience. And we are going to show some of Wawa's work. Let's look at what this brother's done. His work speaks for himself.
What's up, beautiful people? Wawa's here. Welcome to hashtag Wild Milton Wednesdays. Today we're going to talk about the song called Loud. Loud. Now, some of you may have already known this song. I just released it over the summer of 2020 based on people going through such a crazy time during the pandemic. And it was early in that stage at that time. People were staying inside, losing their mind, felt that they couldn't do anything. So I decided, to write the song and, break out, do something different that will give people something to enjoy, get loose. So, this is the official music video for this song. So, enjoy. Show some love. I'm gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose it. Let's go. Captain Wawa, Stargate laws, don't care. Pandemic, I've been losing air. Where's my flare? That's your math, back that year. Stay back, dance right there. Doc said CP, I don't care. I need that human contact, not VR. May I, my precious there. My new rent's kinda fried. Make no sense, don't kill my vibe. Oh, I just quoted them all. Dang, that's $1 for the jar. In my world, there's no sound. Proper yeah, and it's loud. Stuck in the house, there's no crowd. Bet I'ma get it loud. Sorry, but not sorry, cause I'm not getting loud. This is my world, show some love, we're proud. Haters gonna hate, blow a kiss, make them growl. Shake it, shimmy, drop it, baby, pop it really loud. Yo, we're the Justin's age, pay me in Bitcoin. Zoom if you wanna see me, I'll be in my drawers. It is what it is, but ain't gotta be a dig. I'm an ambivert, so I flirt, then I run inside, yeah. I'm a type of jerk, I hop out the backyard. Kick a little twist and shout. Neighbors peeking at ya. Come on, y'all, come out. I'm too blessed to be stressed, yeah. I ain't one to be messed with. You think I'm possessed, yeah. Well, you may be corrected. I'm tired of the political drama. Make me wanna vote for my mama. Make money sentence, no comma. Crack a joke, sound ha ha. Sorry, but not sorry, cause I'm not getting loud. This is my world, show some love, we're proud. Haters gonna hate, blow a kiss, make them growl. Shake it, shimmy, drop it, baby, pop it really loud. Sorry, but not sorry, cause I like it loud. This is my world, show some love, we're proud. Haters gonna hate, blow a kiss, make them growl. Shake it, shimmy, drop it, baby, pop it really loud. Sorry, but not sorry, cause I like it loud. This is my world, show some love, we're proud. Haters gonna hate, blow a kiss, make them growl. Shake it, shimmy, drop it, baby, pop it really loud. I like it loud. I'm really proud. Make them growl.
Sorry, but not sorry. I love it. Wow, I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed with that song. I've been listening to it on repeat.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I love that you're not just, you're not just standing in place, signing. No, you are creative. You are moving.
I'm sorry. I missed what you said before.
Oh, no problem. I was just saying that this happened during
Yes.
the pandemic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Before we
early
filmed
stage
this.
of COVID. Yeah, early stage of COVID. There was many things that were happening during that time. And there was a lot of confusion. People were upset, angry. didn't know how to handle what was going on. You know, people were experiencing depression in my local area. And to me as an artist, you know, how can I get people upbeat again? So it's important to not just create something. So I'd found the music, started writing, and the words just came out. Because you can't go and make a video. So I just did it right in my home. My son was the videographer. And that was the first time, and I loved it. You know, we just played around. And we just had so much fun. It was a great time. You know, that song I didn't expect to go viral, but it did. I was blown away. How many people appreciated that song around the world? You know, people in Australia were just going nuts over it. So and then I realized, like, I'm onto something. You know, I was like, you know, I can't stop. Got to share it.
Because you inspire people, you know, and that is healing in and of itself. You know, when somebody's laughing, I'm like, oh, I can relate to that. I feel you. It's infectious. And you're like, you know, just like a black teddy bear, you know? And, you know, people, like a Black Panther, just like Black Panther. And so, you know, people really connect to that. And like when you signed the national anthem at the Super Bowl, well, before we watch it, and it's just going to be really brief, just a clip. I know that there's a longer video out there, but we're just going to watch a really short one. The audience can watch the longer video later, but this is from the Super Bowl. This was just a few days ago.
Yeah, it was just this past Sunday.
This past Sunday, yes. So let's just take a look really quickly. That was you. That was you up there.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Let's just pull up a couple of photos. Oh, they're small. Let me try and make them bigger. Who are you standing next to? Who are these other artists?
So the guy's Eric Church. So I think CHURCH.
Yep.
And the woman is Jasmine Sullivan. You know, give me a better understanding. You know, give me, you know, with music itself. You know, Eric Church is a country singer. And Jasmine, she's R&B.
She was on the left, the right.
So there we had two different music genres. So how do we make that work? You know, somebody is very southern drawl, and then you got that strong R&B feel to it. So the national anthem just was incredible. This was definitely typically you could say, "Oh, say, can you see?" So typically it starts with a high, powerful opening. But with Eric, you know, he was more suave. You know, he was, "Hey, can you see?" So to have country music first and then into Jasmine Sullivan, who I was like, what is going on? I was like, oh, you had it, just the tempos were different, but it was so beautiful. So it's just, becoming the song. So the national anthem was beautiful. The rendition was beautiful this year. And then we had her who opened up. She did America is the Beautiful. And that is in itself a contrast, a very different song.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the fluid. She had a guitar ballad. I couldn't just stand and kind of be stiff. I'm an artist. I got to create. So I decided to describe the ballad. From the sea to, so, to the beach, to the ocean. So just the ability, it was just beautiful. It was just, honestly, it was beautiful. The fact that I had the opportunity of performing at the Super Bowl. However, I wanted the halftime show, but God blessed me with the pregame. So the bottom line is that I was there, and that's it. So I was just kind of just blown away for the opportunity. So, the fact that I can represent the deaf and hard of hearing community, we had, it was 3 weeks of intense training.
3 weeks? That's it?
Well, I did 3 weeks. So remember, so these songs weren't actually, so I didn't know who Eric Church and Jasmine, who they were. I knew who her was. I got the lyrics to the America is the Beautiful, and with the translation. And then I had to kind of adapt that with the actual, the music behind that. So, I had to get on, do some research with YouTube, see how the attitude, the facial expressions were performed by the artist. So there are 3 different personalities. So I had to show 3 different personalities to the world. I couldn't just keep it to ASL. I wanted the whole world to be able to see that universal sign language. It's to create it and make it visual. I'm just so grateful, and I just hope everyone enjoyed it, and that's it.
Yes. I have to say that you did a beautiful job out there.
I was so excited, so happy.
I have to show a picture. I have to. Beautiful. America from sea to shining sea. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And you didn't just use American Sign Language, you added in universal signs, right?
Yeah, so I added the universal.
Very visual, very gestural.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was clear for everyone.
Yes, because the entire world was watching and supporting. Thank you so much for creating that accessibility for everyone. You are fearless. You looked fearless. When that first note started, you just stood there tall and proud.
Yeah.
I said, wow, my brother looks fearless up there.
So I had the jitters, but nerves are a good thing. It kept that adrenaline going. I was ready. I was ready to play. I was ready to go. I was like, come on. And when I was on the field, I said, oh my, it's happening. Oh, here we go. But I just enjoyed it. I just let the music take over.
It was great. It was great.
It's a very humbling experience.
I just want to make sure that, you know, you were safe too. You had to fly down to Tampa. So just want to make sure, you know, with COVID and the pandemic, I'm curious what that travel situation looked like with masks and the airport.
Yeah, so the NFL was extremely strict. They had stringent rules in place. They had rule, yeah. If you didn't follow this, you get in, you know, in big trouble. And of course, you know, they didn't want anybody getting sick. So we had obviously masks. I had to take 3 COVID tests.
Three times. Wow.
The first test was here in my hometown, one of those rapid tests. And when I arrived in Tampa, I had to take another test. And when I arrived to the stadium, I had to take another test. The security was tight. There were 2 different passes. So you had a pass when you entered. So there was, you know, specific space that we had to go in, and then we had to go out. Yeah, the security was tight. And they also had this infrared, this machine. And so they'd be able to take your temperature, just kind of scanning your wrist. And it'd pop up on a screen. And if it was green, then you're good. But if it was red, bye. Didn't care who you were. You had to go. So security was strict. And so we got let in. So security let us in. And so I had Howard and Alexis with me. So the 2 representatives from the National Association of the Deaf were amazing. And so I everything, they took care of everything. So I'm so grateful for them. You know, we protected each other. They were handing out masks. And if you didn't have your mask on, you get in, you know, serious trouble.
And for those who might be aware, NAD means the national, what does it stand for?
Yep, National Association of the Deaf.
Exactly. National Association of the Deaf. Well, I'm happy that you were safe and that everything is going well for you. And you also have a game show called National. Now we're going to play a game. And we're going to discuss Name Those People.
Hopefully I pass.
All right, let's see. You can see it now. Let me see where Wawa is.
Okay.
Okay, so the rules are simple. You can either name them or name what they do, what they're known for.
All right. Oh, God. Yeah, Harold Fox, comedian.
Yes.
My brother.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Is it Jim? Martial artist. It's from the 70s. Last name. I used to watch him when I was a kid. I can't remember his last name.
James Kelly.
James, yeah.
Yep. Many people just call him James. Yep. He was a martial artist, and he was featured in a film where he played against Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Called Enter the Dragon.
What is? I know she's an actress. She was in Black Panther. I saw her on the promotions, the flyers. She studied under my grandmaster.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yes, Janisa.
Yep, she's an actress, wrestler, in a featured film and in Black Panther.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, Debbie Allen. Famous choreographer, dancer, teacher, everything. Famous.
Right. She was in, she, had a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, Claudia Gordon. Attorney. The song that the album, one of the songs of my album, I named her. I'm proud of that, sister.
It was, yes. You named her and she was a lawyer. Absolutely.
It looks like LeVar. That's who it looks like.
No, but close. You're gonna watch it soon.
The face is resemble the faces resemble the face.
It's an important part of history in the civil rights movement. Anything?
Wait. Is he a comedian?
He's an artist.
He's not a former comedian, yeah?
I'll put the name up.
I'll be honest with that one.
Bobby James Hutton.
No, who's that?
He was in the Black Panthers.
Oh.
A lot of the protests he was involved in.
Oh.
Experienced a lot of brutality, police brutality, and it's really a sad story, but it's an important part of history that we should be aware of. We should really need to pay him homage.
It's good for me. I didn't know who he was. Thank you.
And this is the one person.
I don't know. Remember? I saw her face. I don't remember her. I've seen her. I think I saw her in a magazine.
Yep, she was in a magazine. Lorenzo Alakia. She is an African businesswoman. She built her business from the ground up, and very rich, very successful woman.
Oh, I need to make sure I involve her in the contribution. I've seen her before, but this one I don't know the name.
Take a wild gander what she does.
Yeah, physique, Miss Olympian.
Linda Murray. 8 times.
Woo.
8-time champion. Wow. I definitely look up to her.
You used to bodybuild?
My dreams.
Well, I failed, so I have no muscles on this body, huh?
It was an important one. What do you think she does?
She looks like an actress. Broadway actress.
She's an actress. Hendry. She was in a feature film and is an American actress, wasn't a model. She was in Rosie. But her name was wrong in one of the movies. She was in the Hell Up in Harlem.
Oh. That's my sister. Michelle, thanks.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
Actress.
She's an incredible actress.
trying to think of what it was specifically. I think that she was in Yahoo commercials. That was all of them. We made it through.
I got some right, some wrong. Did I pass? Oh,
You passed. You aced it. But it's very important that we learn from each other and learn our history. You know, and it's never ending. We always have to continue to learn about our history and our culture. Always. It's constant.
You know, you never stop learning. Doesn't matter what age you are. If you stop learning, then your life becomes insignificant.
And I'm selfish. I'm trying not to be selfish anymore. So let's open it up to the audience.
Okay, audience. Don't ask. I'm married, so yeah.
All right, audience, go ahead. Type in some questions in the chat box. Something that you want to ask Wawa. Okay, so the question is, did Wawa and I dance together? And if so, how long ago?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did. The first time we met was in Philadelphia for PA.
Oh.
So yeah, that Philadelphia festival, that's the first time I met you. I was with an all-black dance company. And from there we've been together all since. And then the Bay Area International Deaf Dance Festival, I performed there. That was awesome. So I think we've performed maybe 3 or 4 times. I mean, it's great. It's been great.
Yeah, and it's funny because we met in Pennsylvania in December, and ooh, that slipped my mind. You're right. Ooh, forgot that. Yeah, so that was when we met in DC, but then we were also part of another choreography and dance group together. Let me see. We have another question coming through.
I think we're gonna have to make this live stream a few hours.
Yeah.
Fortunately, this is an exclusive shirt made strictly for me. But I think maybe something I can start working on again. I only made this shirt for me.
What is the best moment in Black History Month?
Learning more about the impact of individuals. Still, not to give up. To provide for the community, Deaf Black History community. We're stricken to 1 month, really? Black history is an everyday.
Do you have any advice for ASL students learning about deaf culture?
Be open-minded. Your teacher knows what they know. So don't limit yourself just to the classroom. If you really want to deepen your knowledge for the culture, immerse yourself into the culture. So it's, you got to be beyond the classroom. That hands-on experience.
Yes, I just was saying that. Yes, exactly.
Humble. I was just floored that I was here, wow. Like, what are the chances of that? Especially if it's part of your dreams becoming a reality. And I just thank my creator. So, yeah.
How do you, okay, I think what they mean here is they're asking your songs, they have really powerful lyrics. Is that your own experience?
You know, for me, I love the challenge. If I feel I can do it, I'll espouse it, and I say, okay, let's go ahead and perform it. You know, challenges are good for me.
What would you tell aspiring deaf artists how they can be successful in their craft, in their art?
Don't you ever give up. You gotta really hone your craft. You know, people are you're gonna find that criticism. They're gonna, you know, bring those sharp words, and it could bring you down. It could be exhausting. But you must remember the reason why you started in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that energy will always come back to you. You know, you are touching people, not just their mind. You're touching their soul. And your life experience is your art.
Okay, next question is, what dancer or singer inspired you?
You're not gonna believe it, but the 1940s music artist, stormy weather, that choreography was mine. Whoa. Well, just the acrobats of it is, you know, the 50s and 60s. You don't see many people of that age doing that type of movement. But, you know, that really inspired me to, you know, enjoy, you know, as a singer, you know, for singers that inspire me, you know, it varies. And I can't pinpoint one person. So what is my next project?
Yep, that's the next question. What are you doing next?
What do y'all want me to do? Whatever the man upstairs tells me to do.
Whatever you say. Are you happy with the results of the Super Bowl?
You know, I was inspired because it was a time for America to heal. It's solidarity. You know, that is what is the motto of America. You know, coming together, working of all backgrounds together. So I just felt, it just felt amazing.
Did you go to Toronto for a performance with
Oh,
Andre and Patty?
Yes. 93? Yeah, that dance company, the all black dance company. Yes. Yes. Wow. Hi, Ann. It was not purple. It was more maroon. But the TV made it look purple, which was interesting. So I just went with purple. So yeah, the Purple Mountain. So I was like, okay, it just worked.
Wild Zappers.
Yeah, Wild Zappers.
Yep, you're involved in
Yes.
that group. How many years were you a part of that group? Wow, 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years.
What's one thing that you would tell an aspiring interpreter?
You got to get involved. You got to get different viewpoints of it, and mentors. There's a lot. You have to want to be involved in the deaf community. There's a variety Take classes. Don't be afraid. Deaf people will support you. They'll aid you.
What is the advice you would give Black children for dancing, comedy, etc.?
Black deaf people are already in the same game. You got to learn from them. If you can connect, great. If you have time to mentor, that would be nice. You know, you got to dream. Don't take our dreams. Don't take the dreams from them. Don't stop. You got to continue building on and take training, and you'll see yourself skyrocket.
Next question. How do you come up with your lyrics? What is your method and your routine?
So, going to a restaurant one day. So, like, for example, like the lyrics. I find, my movement comes from, from everything, from the news, from what I see out in our society, nature. I started with poetry, writing, translating that poetry. I want to be able to articulate the rap first. How do I sign the rap? As me as Wawa. So I like to make sure that my hands and my voice are moving at the same time. I want to provide access. So you have a variety of different ways of type of people you can learn from in that writing process. So I take time to write, collaborate, maybe collaborate with a rapper, a writer. I'm not a battle rapper. Let me set it straight. I don't, get on the stage.
Let's go.
And just have insults. No, I like that creativity. I like being able, so I think about what I'm able to write.
Mm-hmm. So for people who don't know, Warren, Snipe, Wawa, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, social media, Facebook as well. Here is your handles and also your TikTok where you show your dip hop. Wow, brother's on TikTok too.
I gotta keep up with the people.
That's Wawa1. And then on YouTube, we have the Wawa Vision. So keep following his work. You have all of these different outlets that you can follow him on. Wow, people are really bringing in the questions right now, and we can't answer them. A lot of questions for you. We can't answer them all. There's so many people engaged. Let's see if we can answer this one. We have, I'm hearing a performer, an actress, and a filmmaker. What can the hearing person do to make your productions more deaf friendly?
Hire them.
Who are we hiring?
Hire deaf people who know that type of craft. Hollywood, writers, producers, hire them. Crew, they have deaf eyes. They know what they're seeing. They have a different way of perspective. Hire them.
Yeah.
Yes, don't take their dreams from them.
Do you use Black Sign Language? Or have you in the past?
No, well, I learned ASL. No, so my first introduction was ASL. Now, later, I was getting exposed to Black Sign Language, and I didn't see too much at Gallaudet. But while I was traveling to the South, I said, "Whoa! I didn't know that there was Black Sign Language." So that's when I started to do the code switching. So, my Black people, we sign our ways, we communicate the way we communicate, and then I code switch. So it's not bad, it's not wrong. So it's just something I picked up on the way. Yeah, I will try next time. I don't know when I'll be there.
How do you feel about that hearing man who participated in your challenge and he was doing fake signs? Can you expound?
Thank you for bringing that up. Let me explain a little bit about that. So somebody sent me a Facebook message with this video, and I chuckled. I was like, "Oh, well, okay. If you make fun of me, sure, no problem. It means nothing to me.
If you're not making fun of me."
But if you're mocking the deaf community, I do have those are fighting words. The BIPOC, POCs, I will fight for you. So, what's interesting is that brother was deaf himself. So I was trying to figure out, what are you trying to do? Was he a comedian? Comedians know that there's a fine line you don't cross, because that can make or break your career. Maybe he didn't know what line he was crossing. It could hurt him in the short term and possibly long term. Because when people find that video and remember that you did this, what words and what explanation are you going to have? So you got to be careful. Because of the Super Bowl, I'm popular, and it's, there's a thin line. It's a dangerous road. But, for me, I do my best.
Next comment says, "Thank you for visiting Northland High School, telling us about Gallaudet. It was so great to see you become successful."
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, that was in the video.
So there's a TikTok. Yeah, so you can do a side by side. So go ahead. So the TikTok, you can do a side by side and make a response to the TikTok.
Well, brother, it was so great to have this conversation with you. It was so important that we have this. It was such an honor to have you. I don't want to take over the conversation. Thank you so much.
Blessing.
If there's any last comments that you want to make, anything you want to say for the people.
Yeah. Basically, I just want to let people know, when you have a dream, there are going to be obstacles. That's definite. Every dream, whether it's big or small, but I encourage you to dream big now. You're going to find yourself with obstacles. Don't let it stop you from arriving to your dream. The obstacles help build your character. You are an ongoing success. You got to break through to be successful. And when you're at that point, you'll look back and you'll see that the process has helped you. And when you get there, you help your other brothers and sisters, pull them along. For me, my dream, worked and worked. And when I arrived, I have to put my hand back out and pull my people. Because when you arrive, you don't want to stop and be alone. Share it with other people. And that's how you make a community.
Brother, thank you. Thank you for your message. Really, I mean, it gives me chills, just thinking about it. Got the goosebumps.
I'm just so happy we can share together.
Well, I'm trying to think of, before I met you, Wawa, if I knew, other deaf artists like you, and you are, you're one of a kind, Wawa. I'm going to call you the Lil Wawa. You know how rappers put Lil in front of their name? I'm going to call you Lil Wawa. They're going to be like, what you talking about?
Man, I'm my own person.
People are going to be like, oh, I haven't met him yet, but I'm going to call you Lil Wawa. It's going to be confusing. People are going to be like, who? Lil Wawa. Because you are working hard. You have been, you have come so far and grown, and we really look up to you, just the growth that you've shown. And you have such a beautiful family around you. I love them
appreciate
too.
that. I'll tell them.
Really just make me feel welcome. Many people don't know, but sometimes I just have to call Wawa. I just have to call you up, brother, and just be like, what's up?
Yeah, man, we can sit and chat.
That's what we need to do as a community,
Yeah, build and lifting us up.
It really takes a village, like the saying, like it takes a village to, raise them up. So that's what we gotta do. Thank you so much, Wawa.
Thank you. You have a wonderful team. It's a blessing.
Well, this was fun, but gotta go get some food, eat, do all the things.
Got my coffee. Love.
Wow. That was Wawa. He was here. Did you all see that? One last thing really briefly. Well, first of all, thank you to all of the audience members who tuned in. Everyone who's been watching, thank you for showing up. You are supporting deaf culture. You are supporting deaf artists. You're supporting deaf woke. So thank you. And thank you to Urban Jazz Dance Company. This team who has developed and has been here since Deaf Woke's inception, came up with this idea. Thank you to Thank you to everyone who has been involved, the deaf community, for coming together. Thank you for Hallowed Round, who's really been there to support. And this shoe, maybe you don't know, but this shoe vibrates. It syncs up with the song that you're playing, so you can feel the beat right underneath your feet. This is all in your shoes. It's amazing. So thank them for their continued support. And I don't want to forget the 2 amazing interpreters that are here. Thank you to our interpreters. Y'all heard Wawa's journey, how he knew nothing about deaf culture, the deaf world really, and how he navigated through that and learned along the way to get where he is now. You know, he had this dream of becoming this artist and he went for it, you know? Let me get a feel for all of these different crafts. You know, he didn't limit himself. You know, he really stepped out of that comfort zone into all of these fields and crafts. So, you know, that's a lesson for all of us to just,
You don't need one passion.
you don't need one passion, so just go for it. People will often tell me, you know, how do I support the deaf artists and the deaf community? You know, that's a question I get a lot. So you can go to Urban Jazz Dance Company, the website, or our Facebook page as well. And I can send you where you can donate. But we really appreciate you being here. Like our page, subscribe. If you haven't added us yet, come on, what you waiting for? Go ahead and add us on YouTube, Facebook, all the platforms, okay? I hope you all enjoyed this show. Thank you all. Peace, love. Oh, wait. And
Just because you can hear.
just because you can't hear, remember this, just because you can't hear, you hear with your heart and your soul. All right, remember that. Peace, love. I'm out. Yeah, I didn't
You're
want to
back in-
call because